Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another live stream, and a little special one at that. Today is pretty much going to be me trying out my brand new hostess I have here in front of me. Showed up today. It's a sticking throttle from Virpil. I'm gonna give you guys, I've set up like a spare camera for like handheld things. It's not gonna look great, but hopefully it's gonna be okay. Yes. Basically, brand new hostess. I just finished recording like unboxing of it today. I am gonna do a full review of it later in a dedicated video. The unboxing is probably gonna come out hopefully this week, maybe next week, I don't know, but as soon as I get that done, that video will be out. And then the full review will probably be like in a month's time or something like that, when I had some time to actually play around with this for quite a while, have a few more flight hours with it. But I just want to start by actually showing you. So I set up a handheld camera. This is like a really old Logitech camera, so image quality is not going to be great, so I apologize in advance, but it's just the best I can come up with on like a short notice here for a spare camera. So if we switch over, here we have the stick, as you can see. Give you a profile view of it here. We can just quickly run over the stick. Actually, you can just get there's a lead, microphone, and that's you. And that's lamps, and more lamps, and more lamps. Lamps everywhere. Okay, I just want to quickly like run over the stick so you can see basically what it is. And again, really sorry for the stuttering frame rate here. It's the camera. I had to turn down the frame rate in order to get enough light in for this to actually work. Okay, so I think basically the most stuff up here is pretty self-explanatory. We have some hats here, push buttons, analog stick out here. There's a hat down here, scroll wheel, really nice addition there. There's a hat out here on the side. This is just a two-way hat. You see that two-way hat here with push functionality. All the hats has push on them as well, so that's nice. Lighting, of course, coming out from this plastic shroud here, can be changed in the software. I haven't gone around to that yet. Moving around to the back of the stick, it has this really odd throttle, and so you have a such throttle, a trigger system here. It's basically a three-stage trigger. This is a single trigger with fairly short travel, and you can probably hear a small click when that activates. Then it has this one out here. Right now this trigger is active. So this has three different triggers. Right now it has trigger 1, which is active. It's being held down right now. Right now this is neutral. So this will naturally spring out there, or it could spring in here. And you can now use this as a 2-stage trigger where you can pull it in for stage 1 or pull in the trigger underneath for stage 2. So now this is a 2-stage trigger, or you can flip that out there, which it will do by itself. If you let go of the trigger a little bit too fast, it will flip out and it will hold down trigger 1. Moving down, you have what is referred to as a brake lever. It's an analog axis that basically works as a secondary trigger. I'm using it as a secondary trigger at least. And there's also a small push button hidden down here. This is by the way the Constellation Alpha stick, and it of course comes with twist, which was one of the features that I was specifically going for. So we can get back into Elite here. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. So now you can see that we have twist functionality. There we go. This can't be locked. There's a small screw somewhere there. That screw right there, if you turn that, it will lock the twists and you don't get the twist action. So that is the stick. First of all, it's a little heavier than what I'm used to, but one thing that I really like is there's no on the version that I have right now, there's no center like notch that it goes into. As you can see here, I can move smoothly across it, and that also means if you like let go of the stick, it will sit and wobble back and forth between the center point. It does center on itself, of course, but there's no center notch, so you can freely move around without actually feeling the center, other than you can feel the force, of course, being applied. Yes. So that's basically it. I'm running it on a Virpil Warbird base. You buy the stick and base separately. I have a Warbird, works just fine. There was a little bit of setup with it. You had to set some new firmware on it and stuff like that, but after you got past that, it was fairly straightforward. Actually, hold on. Give me a second. I'm just gonna go and get something I want to show you guys. Okay, here we are again. I just want to show you, like, this is all the extra parts that comes with it. And one of the things are this. First of all, you get extra springs. These are heavier springs, so if you want a heavier stick, you can take the base apart and you can replace the springs inside, and you get these. Can replace them with these heavier springs, so you get a heavier feeling stick. Also, what you can do here is you get these metal brackets here, which I think they call them cams, which is the things that the joystick, this is basically the profile that you can't see that right now. There we go. This is basically the profile that the joystick is running on. So by having this, you can basically swap out how the joystick feels, how much force you get in different positions, and again, you can you get these included. You can then swap those out, so you can get a different feeling stick if you want that. No, my cable management is fine. Okay, let's just quickly move over and let's have a look at the throttle itself, and then we'll go and try and actually fly with this thing. Yeah, there we go. Here we have the throttle, of course. Oh, there we go.
Oh, Astro, I am getting excited about your new HOTAS porn content. Have a tip. And everyone in chat, like the stream, please.
Thank you, Kirstner, and thanks a lot for the tip. And yeah, again, this is... I should probably say, actually, hold on, let me get the camera back here. I should probably say that this is not a sponsored thing or anything. I paid full price for this myself, and I've not talked to Virpil about doing any reviews of these kind of things. So there's no sponsored anything going on here, and I don't have any kind of affiliate links with them or anything along those lines. So just so you know exactly where I am in relation to Virpil. Again, have not contacted them about me doing any kind of like reviews on this stuff, so I'm not expecting any golden samples or anything like that. Yes. And I should say, if we go back to the joystick here, you can see, of course, this is a right-handed stick. They come in a left-handed version, so if you want to run a dual-stick version of this with left-right, they come in a mirrored version as well that you can get if you wish. But let's go and let's have a quick look at the throttle here. Here we have the throttle. Little product placement here for the merch store in the background. Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. Again, colors can be changed. Right now it's green, but I haven't really done anything to it yet. If we just give a little bit of throttle here. Oh, I'm gonna adjust my cameras here. So first of all, you have 8 like simple push buttons. Those you just push. Below it here, you have 3 two-way momentary switches. So that means that could go up and down, and it springs back to the center position again. You have another push button here, big red one. You have a mode dial that allows you to swap between various modes if you want to. Then you have analog dials here that can go, they have like a stop there and a stop there. You see the small arrow on them. And there's a small notch here at the center position. And this one is the same. These are also continuously rotating dials. These will just continue to rotate. And these have small notches in them. Like small like indents every like small turn. And they have push as well. Moving up above that, there is a switch in here. Momentary toggle switch here. That will be hidden behind that for very, very important things, I guess. And here you have 2 switches that are held in position, like so. Up here, this is quite interesting. You have an additional throttle. I'm not sure what you would use this for in a space sim situation, but I guess for planes or something, this could be used for something like flaps or something like that. Yeah, you could save self-destruct underneath here if it's that important. But yeah, extra throttle here. Moving up, of course, a 2-piece throttle that like that can be split. So they are now individual throttles, or with this little lever underneath the side here, click that in place, and they now work as a single throttle with a little bit of play in between them. Not too much. Quite a bit of a gap. It doesn't really trim on engines. Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. But yeah, a little bit of play here, but nothing too bad. If we move over to the side of the throttle here, there's a push button, simple push button. 8-way hat here. I think it was 8 or 4-way. I'm not actually sure. Also with push functionality. Same with this one. These have different hats on them, so you can feel the difference. And this one also has push functionality. An extra push button back here. Another hat up here. Also with push functionality. And a rotating dial with small indents on it. Back here. And this is also continuously rotating in either direction. Moving around to the back of this throttle unit. Here. Analog stick. Another 4-way hat with push. A analog slider, you can see that there, with a small notch at the center as well, so you can feel where the center of this axis is. Here there's another, is this 4-way? I think this is just a 2-way hat, this one. Yeah, this one is just 2 ways with push, and there's a push button here. And if you really want to, where did I put my back? You can see out here there's a small Virpil logo at the end. Let me just get my main camera back again. Because if you want to, what actually comes included with the throttle, let me get this back out again. Here we go. are extra small switches. It doesn't look very well, these plastic bags on a green screen. Let's take one of these out. There we go. Small switches here that you can install at the end of the throttle if you want to. These are not installed by default, but there are assembly instructions with it on how you install these small throttles here as well, or these small toggles. This one is a two-way momentaris, or like, yeah, two-way thing that goes either up or down and then springs back to the center. Put that back into its little bag, and the bag in the bigger bag. And the other one is, I'm actually not 100% sure what this is. Let me get this out and check that. Here's the other one. Oh, okay, so this is a toggle more like that. That it stays in position. And you can install those yourself if you want to, of course. So in terms of customization, on the throttle you have the option to install those extras there at the side. Of course you can adjust the lighting on it if you want to. Oh, there's one more thing I want to show you as well. If we get the little handheld thing back here. Like so. Can I get back here? There you can see here on the side of the throttle, there's a small screw in here. And you can use that to adjust the tension on the throttle levers here so that they match your lighting. Hold on, there's another button down here. Hey! I just found this one, never realized there was one down here. Nice. Oh well, found another one. What is the weight, Fleming asks. This is heavy. I have no idea what this is, how much this is, but my guess is it's at least around 3 or 4 kilograms. This is heavy. This is really heavy. This is not so bad. This is more like 1 kilogram with the base and stick included, I think. Maybe a little bit more. But this is not so bad. Maybe it's more, I don't know, 1, maybe 2, I don't know. This is not so bad. This one is really, really heavy. Yeah, that's a good point. The bases here, of course, has mounting holes, and I believe these mounting holes, don't quote me on this, but I believe these mounting holes are at the same dimension as on a Warthog base. So if you have a Thrustmaster Warthog, or anything that can mount to, this one will mount to it as well. And you can see here on the throttle base, there are mounting holes here and here, as well as on the back. There are also mounting holes for it there. The throttle, if we flip this up, you can see here underneath, it does come with rubber feet. So you can't just put it on a table and it will not move around. And it's the exact same thing over here. Whoops. There, rubber feet underneath the base, so you can put this on your table and it won't slide around. It sits very nice and firmly on the table. There we go. Let's get back on the camera again. Get this handheld thing out of the way. So yeah, that is the tour. Again, as I said, I will do an unboxing and I'm also going over some of it, but obviously as you can see now, I've already there's already some buttons that I've missed that I didn't even realize existed on it. But again, later on when I had some flight time with these, I will do a proper full-on review of these and what I think of them. But yeah. Okay, I think it's time to get in-game and let's try to actually get some flight hours on this, because so far I have a total of nothing on these. I've basically only set up, just gonna move over here because we're gonna do some exploration. I'm on my Colonial. This is gonna take me, last time I swapped joystick, it took me at least 2 weeks to get used to, and I expect it's gonna take the same this time. So Galaxy map is here. Yes, so I'm on my Colonial, and right now I'm heading towards, if you want to get a view of there's the bubble, there's the center, here's Colonial. I'm right here right now, And I'm heading towards this cluster of bookmarks I have over here because there are some systems I want to visit out in this area. And this is about 6,000 light years, but we're probably not going to make that tonight. But I figure we should get going. Now, where did I put jump? Is this jump? Yes, this was jump. Oh my god, it's full of stars. The cables are pretty standard USB cables, as you would expect. Nothing fancy there. That's pretty straightforward. So my scanner should, yes. Okay, one body. So where did I put the... There it was. Have I set this up? I have, but I've set up the yaw is set up incorrectly. This is right, but the yaw is wrong. So let's go and change that. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of this in this live stream, and me changing settings here. So the camera yaw should be this axis instead. Yes, that's a lot better. And where did I put, oh god, where did I put the tuning? Oh, here it is. Okay, so right now I have it on this. Oh, I have mouse control as well. Okay, right now I have it on this small momentary thing, but that's not fast enough. I need something faster, that's for sure. So what else could I use? What other, like... I'm just sitting here playing around with the dials, figuring out which dial I want to use for adjusting these the sensor, because right now the rotating dial is just too slow. Let's see here, full spectrum scanner, tuning right, tuning left. Oh, disable that one, try again. There we go. Okay, so just so you guys can I need to disable mouse control for this. Hold on. Full spectrum scanner. Mouse axis off. Off. Apply that. There we go. Analog slider on the back of the throttle for frequency. Yeah, I was considering that, but hold on. Let me get the handheld right now. Can I get over there? Yes, I can. Here we are on the handheld. So I was considering using this handheld here, but right now I'm actually using this slider for reverse control. So if I slide that down, my ship goes in reverse, and if I slide it up, it's in a normal flight mode. Because I wanted something that's very, very easy to access and that's easy to swap between relatively quickly. Beforehand, I've been using thumbsticks down here, like pulling back on these thumbsticks would put me in reverse until I let go again. But I'm not sure. Right now, I've put it over to this little dial here. So if I just quickly get back into Elite, you can see here when I turn this dial now, it's now tuning it over here. But I think the problem still is, as long as it's an analog dial, it's relatively slow. So it definitely needs to be, you can see here, this is just me turning. This is the time it takes to turn from one end to the other. So I think, let's get back in game. I think I will have to try and find a, so where do I put my throttle reverse? Hold on, I have a... Oh, could I use that button underneath there? The new button I found. That would actually be pretty good for throttle reverse, I think. So flight throttle, forward throttle reverse. Let's clear that axis. And let's put that down there on the secret button. that could work. Oh, I should probably be, hold on, I should be a little bit more consistent with this. So let's go into driving, steering, vehicle, thrusters, driving throttle, here we go. Forward throttle, reverse. And that should be hold. Oh, did I set the other one to hold up here in this throttle? Flight throttle. Yes, that's set to hold. Apply that. And then I need to do the same thing in the free camera. Forward only, throttle reverse. Hold that button there. Oh, and then we can go down and do the full spectrum scanner here, where we can go tuning, and we're gonna remove those and then use this axis. Let's see how that works. See, now I have some control here, and this is a lot quicker on this axis here. I think I want to swap it though. It's a little counterintuitive. I want to invert this. Full spectrum scanner, tuning, regular, inverted. There we go. So now, see, this is more like it. Okay, so how do I get out of this again? Oh, that was quite intuitive. I try to, like, when you're setting up a new HOTAS, one of the best things you can do is when you think, try to just, when you want to set your key binding and you're not sure where to put it, just put your hand on the throttle stick, close your eye and say, okay, FSS scanner, what's most natural for me? Okay, then that's the button you're gonna use, in that area at least. So jumping was there. I need a better jump button. I use this push there maybe on the side. That would be quite neat. Where's jumping? Flight miscellaneous. Toggle. Yeah, okay. Let me just show you here what I have right now in terms of jumping. So jumping right now is controlled via this pinky. Whoa, the light is via this little pinky button back here. Back on the throttle, and I want to put it over to this one so I can push in on this, because I was considering using the big red one down here, but I think it would be annoying that I would have to put my hand down there every time I had to jump. It's a lot of moving hands around, so I want the jump somewhere on the throttle, and I think that one there on the side would work quite well if I'm not using this. No. If I'm not using this for something else. Oh, G1 is bound. Hold on. Super Cruise. Hold on. Let me get you back on the main direct capture here. It's a lot better than this. So Super Cruise should be on that one, and toggle frameshift drive should be on that one. There we go. Apply that. Okay, so now I should be able to just press that and we jump. Yeah, that's a lot more. Use the pinky for... Oh, that's a pretty good idea, actually. Let's just cancel that. I want to use that as well. That's a pretty good idea. So basically use the pinky, flight, throttle, 75%. Let's put that there on the pinky. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, somebody sets the super cruise and hyperspace jump to the scroll wheel. That would work as well. Okay, can we not fly into a star? Yes, we can avoid a star. Let's try to scan this system. Let's hope we get... Okay, 21. So I should be able to... throttle down. Okay, there we go. And where did I put it? I put it here now. There, yes. Okay, so this is only gas giant, so we don't want to do this. Just gonna move on. Matthew, did I have to remap everything? Yeah, it's a brand new joystick, so yes. Oh, there's no sound. Okay, hold on. I can fix that. Give me a second here. It's just because it's set to output in the wrong device here. So we're just gonna go there. We're gonna take this thing and go to properties, and we're gonna play back to the other computer, like so. And now hopefully you have game sound. Scroll wheel on the throttle. Not... Is there a scroll wheel on the throttle? Where's the scroll wheel? Did I miss a scroll wheel somewhere? Alright, let's jump to the next system here. Okay, lots of questions. What would you say is the optimal way to earn combat rank for a new commander with no engineering? With no engineering. Then I would probably say wait would worry too much about your combat rank and unlock some engineers first. I wouldn't worry too much about combat rank that early in the game. But if you really want to, I still think at the moment compromised nav beacons is the best place to go. FSS scanner. Yeah, see, this is quite intuitive and relatively easy to use. I'm still going for a button that doesn't exist on the throttle, because that's where my jump used to be on the X56. There was a button like on top of the throttle, and I'm still aiming for that when I'm trying to jump, but it just doesn't. There's a little bit of stuttering. That's just me. Hold on. Is Fold at Home running right now? Nope. But we're just gonna pause it, so it's not starting a fault here midstream. There we go. Is it just me? Are you guys seeing a few like micro stutters here as well? The tracking just doesn't look... Martin, thanks a lot for the donation. Like when I'm rotating, it stutters a little bit. Yeah. Like frame rate drops down to like in the 60s. What the hell is going on? Did I change some graphics settings? You try to lower the anti-aliasing a bit. Just gonna make sure everything is turned up because it should be able to run this at the highest possible settings. Ambient occlusion is off. Super sampling. Blur is on, blur is off. Bloom is set to medium. Shadow quality high. Texture quality high. Let's try some of this. Where's my... am I capped here? Yes, I'm capped at 120 as I should be. Yeah, I know it's watchable, but I mean, come on, this system should be able to... That is really, really weird. What the hell is my graphics card doing? Not a whole lot. I mean, with a 2080 Ti, this thing should be chucking out frames like a madman. But is it just all the stars that's causing the stutters? It might just be all the stars that's confusing it, but... Yes, Michael, I'm folding at home on this computer. But not right now. We just disabled it, as you can see here. Everything is set to paused. Ooh, cool. Dongalore says that the D2A Fold at Home team, we are now at rank 383. That's pretty good. Yeah, hold on. Let's just try to kill the Fold at Home thing, just to be absolutely sure that's not doing something. And then we have some settings open here. This shouldn't do anything, but close that as well. The GPU is obviously doing something right now because, well, playing Elite, but... See, now it's butter smooth. Huh. So just having the Fold at Home app, even though it's paused, still means it does something in the background. Okay, that's worth noticing. I'd never noticed it before. I don't know what it was doing. Okay, let's just keep exploring here for a bit. Let's get familiar with at least getting a feel for the joystick. One body. We can swap over and do some combat later on my main account, just, you know, for fun, or go out do some mining or something, just to get a little bit more challenging. But I thought it would be a good start to just go. Oh, where did I put pips? I found the pips. I thought it would be a good start to just do some basic, like, flying around in space where there's not a lot to crash into. Hopefully, it's going to be a good start to actually learn to use the joystick. One, there's not a whole lot here in this area. It's pretty... Oh. I changed something because... Yes, this is my colonial alt. Oh, 25. That's more like it. We have... where is it? There it is. It's all gas giants and... Icy Rocky. Martin, thanks a lot for another super chat. Hold on, I just noticed something. Look at this. If I open up the galaxy, this is no longer transparent. What graphics settings did I change to make that not transparent? Blur. Why did I switch to Virpil? Because I always wanted something... I mean, I've liked my X56, but I just wanted something a little more substantial. I wanted to try and upgrade to something better, given the amount of hours I spent with that joystick anyway. Was it ambient occlusion? I don't think I changed that. Why is the galaxy map not transparent over here on the side? What setting is that? Is that blur? It is blur. Okay. Well, we can have blur then. We're still running along nicely at like 80 frames per second, so that should be fine. We checked this system, right? Yes, we did. But yeah, basically, I mean, wow, I need some water. I had my X56 for 2 years now, and it's been working just fine. It's always been a little janky, and sometimes you would have to go in and recalibrate it for no other reason than it just decided that nope, today I want to recalibrate. And if it didn't use very specific USB ports, I mean, sometimes two identical USB ports right next to each other, one would work for it and the other wouldn't. It just seems like so arbitrary. And there's just been so many small things, and when I then saw Virpil, but the reason why I went with the X56, because I wanted something with twist. I don't want to use pedals. I want twists. So when I finally saw Virpil making a joystick dedicated to space sims, with a twist, and they also have this amazing throttle that I've been wanting to have for a long time, I just had to go out and get that. Ooh, that's an icy. Oh, that was close though. Gotta have the twist, exactly. Okay, Dragonfly, I asked, what am I looking for when scanning a system? Right now, I'm looking for Earth-likes, water world, and ammonia planets. Just because that's usually the most valuable planets. And if there then are either of those planets, I will then map the system, and then I will map the planets that could potentially be valuable. Yeah, but the problem with terraformables is it's difficult to figure out which one of them are the terraformables. So just from the scanner. So instead of having to stop in every single system, I'm just stopping in the system where I know there are valuable planets. Yes, as Mike says, he just checked the price on the Virpil kit. It's not cheap. I mean, just the base, not just the joystick, just the base that I screw the joystick onto, is more expensive than many other joysticks and throttles combined. Is it more expensive than my main face camera? No. The joystick without the base is okay, that is way heavier than I thought because the base is quite heavy. Okay, people asking how much it is for the total setup. So, for the base, let's do a small calculation here. We have a Virpil Warbird coming in at 170 euros. For the grip, we have the Constellation Alpha. That's actually Constellation Alpha right hand, but price should be the same, 180 euros. And then the big ticket item, if you go to throttles, it is a Mongoose T50CM, which currently is, but if we take the full price without the discount, I don't know why they have it discounted right now, but if we take that, 320, total price comes up to 670 euros for the full set, for everything. So as you can see, it's not a cheap setup. Put fingers in the la 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 la. Did we scan the system? Yeah, nothing there. Jumping. Are those products available in the US? Yes, I believe they are. As you can see here, I went to Virpil EU, but I think if you can probably find their American store somewhere as well. I'm not actually 100% sure where. But I'm pretty sure, yes, they also ship to the US. Homepage, maybe? No. I don't know. Where is it? Here. I still need... it's... Oh, hold on. That right there could... It could be a rocky ice, but it's right on the border being an Earth-like. You know, just for good measures, let's scan the system. Also to get some practice in here. How do you do that? There. And then I think that's the trigger we use. Yeah. Is this going... Oh. That's going back. Okay. There's a gas giant there. Wow. Oh, it's very sensitive. Can I adjust the sensitivity of that slider? Because it is a little bit too sensitive for me. Tuning. FSS tuning sensitivity. Let's just pull that down a little bit. So now it's definitely slower, but it's also easier to tune in. But oh, that was actually the plan we were looking for. But yeah, it was an icy world. Okay, we need to get around the star here before we can scan those. Okay, so, okay, fair enough. Yes, bamboozled again by the rocky ice world. Here we go. Oh, there's lots of planets here. Ah, of course, asteroid fields. Right? Oh, oh. There it was. There should be 2 here. No, there's only 1. There's another one. Oh, with rings around them. Nice. I wouldn't mind this being a little bit more sensitive actually, so let's see if we can do that. Your axis, dead zone. No. If it says mouse power curve, I wonder if this will also apply to the joystick. No, it won't. That's only if you use the mouse. Oh well. Nothing here. Let's keep going. Faisal, I don't know how that's pronounced, but says find a managed to get onto a live one. You're very welcome. Hello and welcome. Pulse lasers, how would you do them? Depends what you're using them for. If it's for PvE, I would probably go. I mean, if you can run it, overcharge for damage. If not, then efficient. Oh, that was ho ho. That was close. Let's go in between here. Ivan says, looks like they're sold out of a lot of things. Yeah, they've been hit, I think, pretty hard by production issues since they are having most of their stuff produced in... I think they produce it in Asia, then ship it over for final assembly. But as you can imagine, production in Asia has been, well, interesting lately. Oh, we need to honk the system first. $25. But not really anything. That's gas giants. This is down in the ice, so. But a beautiful system with those 2 stars. Let's just go out actually. Let's see what we can clear out with this. How do they do this? Does it like that? How did I reverse on this? Where's reverse? Oh. Okay, what do we have here?
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was just thinking, where did I move that that reverse? But I think if was it there? Yes, it was. Can we still do pretty shots? We still can. So where did I put zoom? There was a zoom axis somewhere. Oh, I put zoom here. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay, next system. Again, it's gonna take me a while to probably, like, when I swapped over from I used to have an X52 Pro. And I had that until the buttons began to fail and everything began to break on it. Not because necessarily bad build quality, I mean, I still really like that joystick. But it was just some of the buttons that I used a lot was simply beginning to get worn out. And then I thought, well, I like the X52, and since then they made the X56, so I thought, hey, let's get the X56. But I still think the X52 Pro is a better joystick than the X56. So that's also why, as some of you may know, that my channel recently surpassed 50,000 subscribers, and the celebration events are going to start pretty soon. And one of the giveaway prizes is an X52 Pro that you can win as part of the giveaways. Because I still think it's a better stick than the X56. And a set of Virpil gear, which is a little bit outside what I could give away, I think. I mean, been saving up for this, buying another one, and as you can see, most of it is out of stock anyway. That's nothing we want to spend our time with. So let's jump. How many jumps? Where is that? That's there. And then how do I move around here? That's there, yes. And then moving, hold on. Heatsink deployed. What? What did I push? Okay. Ah, that is stupid. Okay. So yeah, okay. So the bottom, the same hat I use here for switching tabs. One of the other directions, if you misclick this a little bit, you deploy a heatsink. I probably need to change that around a bit. Can I? Of course, Doglore, you can join the giveaway. Just to quickly catch up on the live stream, the live chat over on. Hold on. What is that? Is that? No, that's one of those. Or is it? I think it's one of those, again. Rocky ice planets. But we gotta check it. Just get some distance to the start before we start scanning so we don't have that blocking. Let me just quickly catch up. I want to catch up on Twitch here. First time catching one of your streams. Just wanted to say you've been helpful, getting reacquainted with leading. You're very welcome. Is this the Sidewinder to Fleet Carrier series? Nope, this is the Colonia alt flying around in Colonia series right now. But with more important is we're testing a new joystick. Speaking of the X52, is there any way to bound your menu navigation to that? Yes, there is. Just as I have my menu navigation to this, you can also bound it to that, to the X52. It's definitely possible. That's one of the reasons why I had the button I used for select just got worn out. Oh, back into the game here. Let's find that. Definitely something here, but most of it I think is 17. So this one already? No. It's a lot of planets here. Oh, 2 in here. Ah, missed. Still have to get used to this. Okay, that is done. There's something there. Nah, it's not the planet we're looking for. There it is. It was a rocky ice, as expected. Hold on, it's orbiting something. Oh, it's the star right there, okay. Oh, there's 2 of them. Nope, that is actually... Oh, hold on, there's 2 in here. A moon and a larger planet in the center. Okay, 2 more planets left. Where are they? Something in here. There we go. System scan completed. Hold on. Oh, no, now I can use the... Nope. That one. There's the button. I had a button for target next system and route. There we go. Yes, you're absolutely right over on Twitch. Yes, the X52 Pro did used to be made by Cytec, and Logitech took it over like quite a few years ago now, but yeah. But they're now being produced by Logitech. Ooh, there's something there. Hold on. We got some water worlds here. Nice. Let's get some distance again and just scan that one. Do we have any plans to make a mining anaconda guide? A lot of people have been asking for mining anacondas, but I don't know. I mean, Type 10 seems like a Type 9 seems like a better option. But it could maybe be interesting to see something like a Type 9 versus anaconda, because I don't necessarily think it's maybe not. I mean, you do get some other creature comforts with the anaconda that you don't really get on the Type 9. So I guess that could be a fun like video to do. Compare those two from a mining perspective. Just for the people who don't want to go and spend time with a Python or don't have access to the cutter or something like that. Okay, we're looking for that water world, but we're just going to scan the whole system. And then we're going to go and play around with some mapping. And now that we are actually going to spend some time in the system. Oh. High metal content world. That might be interesting to go and map that. Oh, something's there. Oh, there's our water world. Oh, that's beautiful. Gonna go and have a look at that later. Let's go along this path here. Did I spot something? No, I didn't. There's something there. Come on, there are still 3 planets left in this system. Oh, there we go. That's 2 of them. System scan complete. Can you get HSS respawn to work? What do I mean? Can't get it to work. Okay, let's go and see if I can find the gas system map. There it is. Let's see what we have here in terms of planets. Let me just get myself over on the other side so you guys can actually see here. So we have a terraformable water world. We're definitely going to go and we're going to scan that. But looks like none of these are candidates for terraforming, so we're just going to scan the water world. If you want to get high-grade emissions to respawn, you have to quit out of the game completely while inside it. But I would probably not recommend that. I would probably recommend that you just go find another one. They're not that difficult to find. Oh, focusing on chat here. Hey, first, so even the expensive joystick doesn't change the fact that I'm gonna do loops of shames all the time, even though I bound 75% throttle. Still gonna be looping around. Yes, I do have guides on how to explore. Tall Guy from the Netherlands asks on Twitch. You can also go to the Commander's Toolbox. There's a full exploration written guide over there, and there you can also find links for the video guide if you want to rather watch the video about it. But head over to the Commander's Toolbox. There are guides for everything you need to know about mapping, about the FSS scanner, all that stuff. Thank you, Don Laura, for the link. Okay, so I should be able to jump into my scanner here. Okay, I've set this up as well. The yaw axis is not right as well. Controls. Detail surface scanner. Third person yaw. Like so. Did you guys know this, by the way? Now that's not working. You should be able to change your field of view. I should be able to use this axis then instead. Okay, it's not a whole lot. That's actually pretty useless. Okay. I thought you got more field of view options here to control, but since it's that little, I would rather not have it actually. Okay, 6 probes. Hey, at least I put this in an intuitive position. So where would the backside be? Probably around there. Oh, that's a pretty good shot, hitting the back there. Okay. How do I get out of this again? There. I need to move that to another position. Hold on. Because it needs to be the same as exit mode. It's going to be used by enter FSS mode. Do you want to? No, okay, fair enough. Damn it. Okay, well. Oh, I have... yeah, it dropped out because I didn't have the system targeted. But luckily, I have that there. A key binding for it.
Crankshift drive charging.
How many jumps did we have? Like 100 and something. It's gonna take a while.
Fuel scooping.
28 planets. That's a lot of planets. And none of them are worth spending our time on, it seems. Wait, has someone actually been here before? No. Thought someone's been here already. Nope. Okay. I feel like I'm beginning to get the hang of just like flying around in Super Cruise now. I was wondering if we should try to move over to the main account and do something over there. What do you guys think? Just quickly in chat. Would you guys prefer we go over no, you know what? No, right. We're gonna do some combat because I've been mining so much lately that I need a break from mining. Let's go and do some combat on the main account just to take one more system. How stiff is that Virpil stick compared to the X52 Pro? Oh, it's been like 2 years since I used the X52 Pro, but as I recall it, this feels heavier, but also because it, like it's difficult to describe, but it just feels like you're flying something a lot bigger. It's a lot smoother to move around, at least, than the X52. Oh, we have conflict zones. Perfect. Then let's go and do some conflict zones. Then let's get out the cube comber. That should also give me some leeway if I mess up. Okay, nothing there. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna quickly switch account. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna try out some combat. Do I recommend the X52 Pro over its competitors? I mean, okay, I have only first-hand experience with the X52 Pro, the X56, and now Virpil gear. I haven't tried any of the other ones. So I can't really say if I recommend them over the others because I don't know what the others, like how good they are. I haven't had my hand on those throttles and sticks, so I don't know. But of the sticks that I have, of the joysticks and throttles I've used so far, in order, this that I have right now, the Virpil, is by far my favorite. Then comes the X52 Pro, and then comes the X56. So if that's your three options, then yes, go for the X52 Pro. I like that better, I think. At least for me, it's a better joystick. Yes, let's get in game. Okay, I've clearly been mining last time I was in this account. But we're not too far from Shinrata, so that's just fine. Menu is there. Launching. Let's see if I remember how to actually undock with this thing. This is gonna be interesting. So, yeah, so far so good. Landing gear should be right there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Little ship, stay with me here. Boosting still works. How's the joystick? I'm really enjoying it. Are you using your Python to mine? Yep, that's been my go-to mining ship lately. Well, it's difficult like how to describe how it feels. What I really like is that it doesn't really have that noticeable notch at the center. So like if I move my joystick around like this, it's not like every time I hit the center it kind of falls into a small groove or something, like it does on one other joysticks. It's like it's a lot more smooth when you move it around. One thing I have noticed is the deflection of the joystick, like how much you can move the joystick, like how big of an angle you have to move it to get to the outer corners are a lot bigger. So now we haven't tried combat yet, but one thing I've noticed just flying around is I have a tendency to not go to the extreme points as much as I did with the other joystick. That of course also means I'm not using, I mean you really have to pull the joystick far if you want the full rotation out of your ship. So that, I don't know, I mean that's not something that's easy to change, I think, but so that's something you will have to like figure out if that's something you like. I haven't really made up my mind about that yet. Ivan says, well, great, now I can't get one. Nah. Yeah, they're out of stock. Why, Ivan? Because of the missing center notch? Again, remember that there is other like of these cams. I showed at the beginning of the live stream. We'll check one up here again. Like it comes with these. Oh, let me just get this point in the right direction. There we go. Yes, here it is. Oh, this is already covered in oil. Great. It comes with these extra small cams that you can replace inside the base of the joystick. So that can change this behavior if you want. I think maybe these come with notches. I'm actually not sure how that work, but I think you can change up how the joystick feel by swapping those out. And if you know someone who's any good at machining stuff, I guess you could make your own of those. They don't seem overly complicated.
Frameshift drive charging.
I really like this. Do you know any good place for mining engineering materials? Yeah, exactly. Go to the commander's toolbox, have a look at the material finder. This should find everything you need to know about which materials to get. But in general, if you're looking for raw materials, go to the crystal shards. Okay, we are in Shinrata Desra. Let me see if I can remember how I set. Oops. It has a tendency, like. Okay, so here's the thing. The hat I'm using here to navigate has a tendency, I don't know if that's just because, oh, it's because it's at an angle. Ah, okay. So let me just get the handheld camera out here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This here is the one I'm using to navigate, and you can see that it's at an angle, right? So it had a tendency, if I push that up or pulled it downwards, it had a tendency to just get in game again here so I can actually have control over the game. So therefore it had a tendency to jump out on me like that, right? Because you need to remember to pull at an angle. I think it's just something you have to get used to. You can see it constantly jumps for me there. We get back to a more direct capture here. Vinny says, I'll move that hat. Oh, but why would you use the hat for lateral thrust when there's an analog stick right next to it? We can use that new button we set there. Let me just get the handheld. Again, sorry for the quality. Right there, there's an analog. That was the one we talked about. That's an analog stick. That makes a lot more sense for lateral thrust, I think, to use this analog stick. About to overshoot here. I'm just going to try to avoid doing a loop of shame this time. And you can see all my cable mess. And if you prefer, there's also an analog stick on the back of the throttle handle that you can use there. And you could, I guess, use both of them if you wanted to. What am I using for the throttle? I have also a Virpil Mongoose T50CM. But I need to get used to this analog stick. It's a lot more sensitive than I first, at least than what I was used to. We're back on the right camera? Yes, we are. Great. And then that should be dropping out there. Yes, it is. And boost is there. Yeah, if you guys are interested, when the live stream is over, it will come up as a video on demand. And you can go back and you can watch the beginning where we spent the first, I think, 15-20 minutes just going over all the buttons and dials on both this and the throttle. So as soon as the live stream is over, you can go to the channel, you will find that there. Okay, so requesting access is going here. Then I need to go to contacts, and then I need to go there and click there. Okay, that needs to become muscle memory. So it's, let me try that again. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, okay, and then there. Try that again. Nice. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Oh. There we go. Oh, it's very sensitive in here close. I think I'm gonna see if I can get maybe a non-linear linear curve on the throttle, because the thing is, it's very, very sensitive in close, and I think I want something with a little bit more. Where's my landing gear? There it is. Something with a little bit less sensitivity when I'm in close, so that I can have more fine adjustments in there. But then when I move it out to the sides, I get lots and lots of movement.
Confirmed contact. Commence power down. Station services are at your disposal.
We will be forced to respond to aggressive action.
Okay.
For peace of mind, please stow ship remnants while in
Shipyard. Stored ships. Where is the cucumber? Use the ship. Are they handmade? I'm actually not sure. Okay, let me just quickly check here. So we're just gonna go into Discord, and where is the Terra X and the faction news? Daily orders. We need to win some conflict zones. Yes, we can go and win some conflict zones for Terra X. Where is the map? Come on. And it's basically next door. Damn, are we that close to Shinracha? We've always been, I guess, but we're getting closer. Launch. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Trying to manage all this with a joystick that I've only had a few hours on. Okay, at least it's gimbaled weapon, so it has a little bit of leeway there to help me. Who's the hottest engineer?
Ship uncoupled. You are go for departure.
Ah, see, now this is more like it. Like when you're flying big, heavy ships. When you're flying the smaller, nimble ships, like because I think the joystick feels a little heavier. But when you're in these big ships, this is more like it. Ha! Where's the boost button? I can't boost because landing gear is there. Ah, this feels amazing. You really have the feeling, like, because the joystick has this like slightly heavier feeling, and especially when you really begin to pull it, you can really feel it trying to pull back towards the center. And this is with the standard springs. It also comes with even heavier springs if you want a really heavy feel of the joystick. But for a space sim, I like the joystick relatively light. And jump is there.
Frameshift drive charging. You have left the no-fire zone. We hope to see you again, Commander.
Yeah, as I said, like for the joystick, we're just gonna quickly go over here as we jump. For the joystick, you get the extra cams to change the like how heavy it is or how much input it is. They give you extra springs, like heavier springs you can install in the base of the joystick as well, to make it even heavier than it already is. for the throttle, you get 2 additional switches that you can mount. Right now, there's an empty slot on the side of it that's covered up by a small plastic cover. You can take that plastic cover off, and then you have 2 different switches here you can install there. And the only other thing that I haven't showed you yet is, just throttle down here, is this. This is, I don't know, it's a little, it's quite funny, I guess. Some would probably think it's quite nice. They give you this like dog tag. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it there. And then on the back, you get the serial number. So this is the 97th joystick produced. This comes with the stick, with the Constellation Alpha. So you can see here it says 97 on it because it's the 97th joystick that was produced. So less than 100. Just gonna pack all this up again, and then we're gonna find some conflict zones, and then we're gonna see how that goes. But yeah, lots and lots of extra things that you can install there. Okay, back in game. Can we find some conflict zones? Answer is no. No, we can't. We can go to that planet to start with and see if there's anything out there. Early adopter. Yeah, I pre-ordered this as soon as I saw it online, and that they released the pre-order. Oh, hold on, should get back in game so you guys can see as well. There we go. Let's see. Oh, here we go. High intensity conflict zone. That's what I want. Yeah, definitely when the flight sim comes out, the new flight simulator, definitely gonna go and give that a go with this joystick. Loki says, I'd give my right arm for a 100th Virpil. Wait, didn't think that through. No, I don't think you did. Gonna dive into the gravity well here. This is gonna be interesting. Hold on. Switching hot mode is there. Deploying hard points is here. And, oh, hold on, that was switching. This was switching firing groups. There we go. And we are gonna fight. No. There. Oh, stop. Fight for Terra X. And we're gonna go there. We're gonna target that Python. Where is he?
Welcome aboard, Commander.
It's over here. Okay. Let me see. So we're gonna give him some beam lasers. I'm gonna put some. That's not pips. That's pips. Shields offline. Switching over to the multi-cannons. Oh! Solarfly. Thanks a lot for becoming a Patreon. Awesome, man. I'm gonna get in touch with you after the live stream so we can get you listed at the end of the videos if you want to. That's awesome, man. I hope you're here. I haven't seen Solarfly in chat though. Boom, there we go. First target down. Crusader. Keeps going up there. There we go. Let's put some, this is here. Pips to engines. Pip back to weapons. Oh, I should probably move my camera over to the other side so you can see the progression bar as we're... Oh, he got corroded. Look at that. Somebody shot a... There we go. Somebody's shooting corrosive missiles at him. High priority targets. Just get this guy down. And then move my camera over there. Who's the high priority target? Ooh, Captain. Ooh. I should probably put some pips over to my shields. And I should probably begin to use my... Oh, it's Anaconda. Wow, okay. And I'll begin to use my lateral thrust a little bit more. Try to work that in. We're so close right now that we can just stay on him. I need to get that large laser underneath firing as well. Oh, V also became a Patreon. Amazing, guys. Thank you very, very much. I'll get in touch with both of you after the live stream. Okay, let's just soften this guy up a little bit more with the multis. Right now, he's just... I mean, we're just basically circling each other right now. But he's doing nothing to my shield. Elite Anaconda just sitting there pounding away at the shields, firing chaff all day. Nothing is working. The shield's almost down. Let's just get in a little bit closer. Close distance. There we go. The shield is down. He can chaff all he wants. There we go. Now he's breaking off. And now he's corroded. Oh, too far away when he's chaffing now. There we go. Chaff is over. Okay. Missed him. Wanted to ram him there, but he's dead anyway. Is he exploding? I think he is.
Nicely done, Commander. Nice work, Ace. I'm starting to think we can win this thing.
Enemy captain eliminated. Where's my pips? They're here. Let's get some pips over to my shields. Begin to charge those up again. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Oh, another anaconda. And it pips to there. That's not boost, that's boost. Let's go for that anaconda. There we go. Back to a more... We're going to fight a pretty heavy ship, so we don't need that many pips to... We have better maneuverability than an anaconda, so I don't think we need pips to engines, but the question is how well I can control this ship. Come on, get those shields down. Get in nice and close so we can negate those shafts. Oh, VB, that notification came up again. Either it's a new V or the same V became a Patreon again. Regardless, thank you very much. And use that. There we go, he's gone. Asp Exploder.
Nicely done, Commander.
Oh, my target got destroyed. Asp Scout, I guess. I mean, since we are chasing breadcrumbs, why not? Canopy is freezing over now. He's just getting hammered. Okay, where's our next target? Cobra Mark III. Yeah, still need to get used to that angled. That's a little weird that they put that on an angle. Where's my boost? There's my boost. Pips to engines. And back to a more combat focus loadout. Let's get this guy down. Ooh, some lateral thrust here to try and keep him in front of us. Get that lower laser firing as well. And fire up the multis. See if we can close the distance here. He's not really using his mobility to the optimal right now. He's just staying in front of us. There we go. Now he got around us. Not for long. Hey, Ali, I'm using a, for joystick I'm using the X50, sorry, not using the X52, X6 anymore. I'm using the Virpil Constellation Alpha stick.
You're on a roll, Commander.
We need to get back towards the center. That's not boost, that is boost. I keep wanting to have that button to being boost. Maybe I should just swap that over. There we go.
I'll
Wow.
be upgrading my Logitech 3D Extreme Pro. Thanks, Astro.
Wow. Thank you for the very, very nice donation. Are you gonna get Virpil stuff as well, or what are you planning to upgrade to? Boom. Yeah, exactly, Donald. I'm so used to, like, when people ask what host I'm using X56. No, I'm not using X56 anymore. I'm on the Constellation Alpha now. Okay, so there's one thing I want to talk about here when we're done with the joystick that's not optimal. But give me a second here. I'm just going to finish this conflict zone. Then I'm going to show you with the handheld camera. Thanks for the subscription, by the way. Ah, Solarfly, you're here. Thanks for becoming a patron before. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can nuke ourselves for Python. Oh, he's firing P8 here. He needs to die then. One of the main weaknesses of this ship is PAs. It doesn't handle PAs very well. You're gonna change the levels to change sensitivity. No, I think we can do that in software. We can go and play around with the software afterwards, so I can show you. Okay, is that enough to win it? Apparently not. I need one more, I think.
You got him. Well done, Commander.
Let's take a Cobra. Oh, is he running? Oh, we won. Ha! Killed something. See if we can chase this guy down. Nah, he jumped. Okay. That worked quite well. Okay, I just want to show you one thing that I noticed that wasn't like 100% optimal. So we're back on the handy handheld camera here. So sorry for the poor quality. So here you have the joystick, of course, mounted to the base. Actually, let me see if I can find a place where I can put the camera down so you guys can sit and see, and I have both hands available at the same time. So I wonder if I do something like this. Yes, now you should be able to see. Okay. So, joystick, right, mounted here, and you just basically has a screw thing. And then the joystick, I'm going to be a little careful here, because the joystick inside is just mounted with a cable. This is essentially, you can see here, this pivots. This is just a cable coming out the bottom that goes into the base. And then this whole thing here screws down. Let me do it so you guys can see, right? And, there we go. Hold on, I need to actually watch, instead of watching the live stream version of it. Okay, so before this is screwed down, this joystick, as you can see here, it rotates freely. So you can put it, if I, for instance, right now, you can see the cable coming out here at the back. But if I wanted that cable to come out the side, I could just rotate that and then put the joystick on like so. Or if I, for some reason, wanted the cable to come out towards me, I don't know why you would that, but let's say you wanted that, flip that around, and then screw it in like that. So you basically screw it in the position where you want the joystick to be. So I want this to be right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw that into its mount there, and this screws in nice and tight. Okay, but when I was in combat and I begin to use the twist, if you really twist it hard, you can overturn it. So now you can see that I've actually overturned the joystick a little bit, so it's no longer centered. So I have to now like turn that back like so. But that's only, you have to use, I mean, quite a bit of force to do it. But I did notice it there mid-combat that I actually managed to turn the joystick just a little bit. So that's one thing that's not ideal, but it's definitely something I can live with. And again, remembering that the base is actually not designed for a joystick with twist on, I think. I don't think it's a huge issue. I think it's just something you have to get used to. It's also because the twist on this joystick is quite a bit lighter. I mean, it's really, like at the beginning it feels really light, but as you get out to the edge of the twist, it gets heavier until it hits the end where it can't twist any further. But at that point you can over twist it a little bit. Okay, what was the other thing I thought about? I was something else here. I don't twist. Okay. There was the software. We wanted to play around with the software, of course. That was what we talked about. Just get rid of some of all this stuff, and this stuff, and that stuff. Okay. So it comes with like a included control software that you use to set this up. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so you can't. This is a little weird. Let me just quit the game here, and then get the main camera here. I'm just gonna go and I'm going to unplug the throttle, because when you're using the setup tool, the software thing they have, you can only have one of them plugged in. You can't have both plugged in at the same time. That's only, of course, when you're doing the setup, but I think it's because it gets confused otherwise. So only one of the two is plugged in at the time when you're doing your configuration. So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna unplug the throttle. I'm going to play around with the stick, so give me a second. Okay, back again. So now the throttle has been unplugged, and we can now start up the configuration software and give it a little bit of time to detect. Hopefully it will detect the stick. Oh, there it is. So here we have basically all the different axes. You can see here as I'm moving the joystick, or of course you can't see the joystick. I'm moving the joystick around. Here we have the twists, we have the x-axis, the y-axis. Here we have the analog stick, and there's a slider somewhere. I don't know what slider that is. What slider is that even? Oh yeah, that is of course the brake lever down here. Oh, screen. Ha! Sorry guys. I wish you could reload manually. Oh, yeah, that would actually be really nice. Thank you, Warrenstein, for the donation, by the way. Sorry. Yes, you didn't see this before. This is the configuration software, and you can see I have my my joystick right here. And here we have all the different axes. And as I'm moving this around, let me just get away from the camera so you can see the full screen. You can see that's moving around. Here we have the twist at the bottom. We have the analog stick sitting here, and we have the brake lever sitting here, which is also a analog stick. And that's the notification. Thanks again, Warrenstein, for the super chat. And you can see here, you can sit here and you can manually set dynamic dead zone. So you can manually set all these values if you want to. But there's also down here, there's a normal axis calibrator that you just run and then it calibrates it for you. So that's pretty straightforward. But I'm wondering. Direct input viewer. No, that's not it. I'm wondering if I could put like I want to see like the curve right for it. So what if I go here and I say this with a Constellation alpha stick on? Yes. This is where you upgrade the firmware for it. That was the first thing I had to do. But I'm wondering, I wanted to see how the axis, hold on, is it the joystick tester maybe? Oh, this looks about right, doesn't it? So I need to select the input here, I guess. So if I select that joystick, there we go. Oh yeah, see, you can see now I can actually, you can see how the joystick is being moved around here. Cool. And we can see all the buttons up here at the top. And we can test and make sure all the buttons are working. That's actually pretty neat little little system. What have I missed so far? I've missed some of the triggers probably. I'm missing 4, 5, 7, 21. That's 21, 22. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I forgot that push there. And that, and that. And that. And this one was here, and that's good. Where's 4? There's a button that I can't find, or seem to find. I don't know what button 4 is. Oh well. But I can't get that curve that I want. Look at that. I wonder why you control that. Hold on, just read chat. Maybe someone's actually. The problem with Virpil controllers is you can't program keystrokes. So you need an intermediate joystick programmer. Oh, wonderful. You can bind X direction inputs on the HOTAS from the Virpil control software. You can bind X direction inputs from the HOTAS for Virpil. But Virpil's control software doesn't allow you to program emitting keystrokes. Okay, so I can't do it from here. I need a separate software from it. Okay. I would really have liked to be able to do that in the software. So basically what I wanted to was like in here in the middle, I wanted to move very little, but as I move out, I want a lot more there. People recommend, okay, so there's some different software solutions, third-party software solutions. I would have to look into those, not gonna sit and install that. Are the software also for Linux? Oh, that's a good question. No, so that's just the setup files. And these setups were exe files. So it seems not. Loki says, please change your scroll form. It's all I've seen for weeks. Asteroids, it looks pretty, doesn't it? I don't think it exists for Linux. Don't quote me on it. Again, brand new to this. I just got it today. Okay, so you can't do those, what do people call it, keystrokes? I would have to get a third-party software for that. What is actually the last one there? The shift tool. I haven't played around with that. Source. Destination. I don't get this. Throttle axis virtual. You would most likely need to set it into Pro mode. Ah, yeah, okay, let's try that actually. What happens if we put it into Pro? Oh, we can play around with the colors at least. That should be doable. Yes, and then put this in Pro. Ooh. So now we have all the buttons here as well. Button matrix row. How does that even work? Okay, so this is basically the same as the tester we saw before, right? It is essentially doing the same thing. Hold on. Top right corner, yada, yada, yada. Then double click the axis. There you can define a curve. Oh. Double click the axis. Double click the axis. Hold on, now we're on x-axis, right? Yes, so now we have, okay, hold on. Axis source, yada yada yada, that's probably fine. I have no idea. Dead zone limits, middle, blah, blah, blah. Increase access. Oh, curve disabled. Ooh. Symmetrical curve. Ah, so if I go... Access to button. See, now we're getting somewhere. I would love if I could actually see how this thing is, where it's moving on the visual here. Because if I set this to 0, see, now I can begin to see, this is more, I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do. What if we can set it to 200? Yeah. Okay. At the bottom, I've set it to symmetrical on my delta with a 3, 10, 20. Okay, so you have, let's just try to put that in. So you have a 3 and a 10 and 20, 30, 35, 40. Oh, that's not 40. That's 40. That's 50. 65, 85, and 100. Okay, I see. I probably would like... I like the curve here in the middle. That looks pretty good. But I probably wanted to go to 100 a little earlier. Because as I said, one of the things that I feel is you really need... There's a lot of movement in the stick here. You really need to go far for this to... Does your chair hit your arms when using a hotess? No, I have this on my desk, so I don't have any issues with my chair hitting at all. But one thing I probably would do was to go and have it taper off towards 100, like in an S curve here, right? Because I want I want it to hit close to 100 a lot quicker. So let's say that I am a little bit, and we up this to maybe 35 here. Oh, then that doesn't look... Oh, we can maybe fix that. And then this up to 50 maybe. And then this goes to 60. 75. 80. 90 maybe. Yeah, not quite. I actually want it to be a little steeper there. So that's 50, should probably be 55. And put this up to, let's say 70. And then this to 85. And then to 90. 95. Oh no, this needs to be quicker, of course. Ah, hold on. Okay, I'll sit and I'll play around with this. So I can get a curve, because what I need is this to actually go above 100 at some point. But this is essentially what I wanted right now. Let's just keep it here for now. Let's put this like so. Let's just try to save this profile, because this should mean that my X profile now, my left to right, so roll, I should have a lot more roll control here at the center. And when I move it out, I get that full, effect of it all the way out at the edge. So if I try to save this, there we go. Is it now saved? I'm not sure if it's... Well, it saved it there. Save and exit. No. Oh, it went to the y-axis. Okay. Save. Of course, I have to do the same thing on the y-axis and probably also on the twist axis. But how do I then apply it? Okay, but it's nice to know you can actually do this in here. Sit and play around with this. Probably autosave. So basically you want it less sensitive just at the very start of the course. Yes. Maybe an S setting, recovering sensitivity at the end. Yes, exactly. That's what I want. David over on Twitch. So I want it, if we open up the curve again, and I'll sit and play around with this off camera and find a profile that I like, or find someone who's probably made one online I can steal. So what I want here is that on the center I want it to be more sensitive. So when I'm doing like fine adjustments with the joystick, just moving it slightly, I will have more control in there. But the further I go away from the center, the more I get. So all the way out here, if I'm all the way out to the edge, I will get a lot out there, because I don't care if if I go hard to the right or hard to the left, I want a lot of it. I want it quickly. But in close, I want, yeah, I can save here. But what about then? Is it applied now? Reset axis setup. That's not what I want. Calibrate axis. I have done that. Oh yeah, it is saved. Look at that. It says this right here. Here's the profile. God, there's a lot of things you can set. Okay, but does that mean it's saved to the device now? Let's play around with the colors then. What colors do we want? Custom? Oh, we'll go. So we can make it bright green, I guess. Yeah, here we go. Let's do that. Just gonna get the handheld camera here so you can see it. So now the top here, it doesn't show very well this camera. It doesn't do lighting very well. It doesn't do colors very well. You can see now it has like a green accent on it. On that. And we can then go over here on this one. And we could change it if we want to be like red. You can see now it's red. Basically like that, right? Cool. I like that. Let's get back on the main camera. Let's get that camera out of the way again. Nice and green. Might want to make it Elite Dangerous Orange. I like the green one. But if we can maybe make a more... How do we make yellow? I'm not good at this. I don't even know how we make yellow. Purple. Matt asked what this software is. It's the Virpil control software that you use to control your Virpil sticks. But no, for now let's leave this green. But really nice to know that you can actually set these profiles in here. I'm just not sure if it's actually applied to the joystick. I hope it is. Save. Ah, here we go. It is actually saving it. Yeah, there we go. So you heard the Windows sound of it. And there we go, now it's back. So now I think we managed to save it to the device. If we look at the access now, it says it didn't apply, it seems. Nope, it's back to disabled. Okay, I'll sit and I'll play I'll play around with this, but at least it's nice to know you can do it in here. We can make, and I want some kind of S curve, so it basically goes straight, go down, go in here, then go down, and then again double S, right? But I'll sit and I'll play around with this, and of course, you can do the same thing now with the throttle if you want to. It has access as well. You can sit and play around with those too. But yeah. Properties. This is the Windows version of it. Just yeah. Okay. I think that's, what time is it? I think it's time to call it. It was really nice getting this thing out, getting some airtime with it. Definitely need to get used to it. A lot of the muscle memory, I can still feel I'm going for positions where I'm going for hat switches that doesn't exist on this joystick, because I'm still, I mean, after 2 years with the X56, it will take me some time to unlearn my muscle memory. Not even one spreadsheet today. Okay, hold on. There we go. Much better. We can't do a live stream without a spreadsheet. So, but no, hold on. Why did it go blue? Okay, now it went blue. Okay, I don't get it. It will probably take me some time to get used to the joystick and unlearn the muscle memory I've been using for the last 2 years and begin to learn to use this. And it's probably going to take some weeks before that begins to become more used to it. But as I said at the beginning, I do have an unboxing video of it where I basically just take it out of the box and look at it, and you get my first-hand expression of it. That is currently sitting in a thing over here. I don't know where that is. I have a box full of SD cards, and it'll be edited and it will come up on the channel pretty soon. And then I will do a full-on review in like a month or so when I've had a little bit of time to play around with it, and I've hopefully by then gotten used to it, and see if there's anything that like I feel could be improved through this setup here, or what I like and what I don't like on it. I'll do a full review of it in about a month's time. And again, also remember, as I said in the beginning, this is not a sponsored video. Does the Constellation have twist for Radha? Yes, it does. The Constellation Alpha has twist, and I think actually the Delta also has, but yes, they have twist. I just wanted to remind you that, of course, this whole thing with the Virpil stuff is not sponsored. I paid full price for it myself, and I've not talked to Virpil about doing any promotion for them. So this is just me because I really have wanted one of these sticks, and now I want to share it with you guys. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's live stream. Thanks a lot to all you guys who have been donating, who became Patreons today. It's amazing. Thank you very, very much. And thanks a lot for all you guys who've been helping me out, especially here at the end, getting all the settings and figuring out how the software works. It's all very new to me, so nice to see. What else? Yes, I really hope you enjoyed the stream. Remember to go down, give it a like if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you want to have my unboxing and the review video when they come out. And if there's a lot of interest for it, I might even do a setup guide in case some of you guys want to go out and purchase it yourself, because it did take me like an hour and a half to fiddle around with it, to update firmware and figure out how all that stuff works. And again, as I'm still learning, as you can clearly see the software, I maybe do a setup guide. I know it's going to be a minority of people who are actually going to go out and buy it, but maybe someone's interested. I don't know. I'll figure that out once we get down the line. Yes, we have liked, subscribed, follow over on Twitch. In the description, you will also find links for the Discord server. Come and join us. As you saw here, we did manage to run a single conflict zone for Terra X. This is our in-game faction where we do BTS. So come over to Discord. I'll probably be hanging out over there after the stream as well. Come over and say hi if you want. Yes, in the description also there's a link for merch store, and especially on the merch store right now, since the channel just passed 50,000 subscribers, there are a lot of celebration events that's going to start, and I think I'm going to start it next week. Fingers crossed, if everything falls into place, it's going to start next week. And there's some limited time merchandise over there to celebrate the channel passing 50,000. Go over and check it out. I'm pretty sure you'll find something you like. Get a cool t-shirt like this one. Show everybody that you're a commander. Find your fellow commanders out there. Anyway, I think that's enough. Thank you, Dunkalora, for monitoring the chat as always, posting links and keeping everybody up to date. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys in space.